Okay, well, hello everyone. Nicola, Bilal, welcome to the Schneider Electric booth here on the last day of Enlit. It's good to see so many conversations and so many familiar faces. I want to have a conversation today about AI, in particular AI in the distribution grid. We all know that the DSOs in particular are really the catalyst, are really the linchpin in driving this energy transition as we move forward. And while we've been digitizing the grid for a while, AI represents, I think, a great opportunity to help the acceleration and moving forward. And I think about particular topics like workforce management. I think about predictive analytics and maintenance. I think about vegetation management, but also, removing some of those mundane tasks and some of those silos that we have to help us, further electrify where we need to electrify, integrate the enormous amount of distributed energy resources coming into the grid, and really also connecting ourselves to the customer as well. As this distribution grid is also bi-directional these days. Nicola, from an Enel DSO perspective, what's your thoughts on AI and how we can harness AI and drive in the distribution grid itself moving forward?
Okay, thank you for the question. First of all, I have to say that the grid is a key asset in the energy transition because it connects the decarbonized power generation with the electrification, so the consumption of electricity of our customers. And as this sector is changing and is increasing in complexity more and more, for sure we need new tools to manage these assets in a better way, in the best way, in an optimized way. That's very important. The other point is emergency management that are related with climate change. So climate change is something that is a driver for the energy transition, but it's also impacting the energy transition as well, in the sense that our assets are strongly impacted by events that are happening faster and faster. So we need smarter infrastructure. That's the point. And to have a smarter infrastructure, we need to have a computational capability at edge level, and this is something we are doing. And we need, on top of that, to have smart tools able to manage complexity. So I see for AI a space in this framework. Of course, my point is that we do not consider technology as technology, but we need to consider technology related to the problems we need and we want to solve. That's the starting point. And what I see as a priority for application of AI in the DSO and in the grid infrastructure is predictive maintenance. That is something very important because it can support us in anticipating faults, so be prepared in case also of emergency events. The second area, you mentioned vegetation management, very important. That means to be able to manage this problem in a dynamic way, not just to plan, but also to adapt the planning according to the events that occur around us. So I want to give you an example. If there is a flood or if there is a fire, the situation of the vegetation around our grid can change. So artificial intelligence can automatically help us to support, to adapt our maintenance activities according to these changes. Of course, I see impact on efficiency, impact on the ability to manage unplanned situation and emergencies. Third point, quality of services towards our customers. So can support also in the relation with our customer to reduce the lead time between their request and our answer, to automatize things that are low level and that today are done manually, and make this process faster, more effective, and improving the quality of service towards our customers.
Fantastic, thank you, Nicola. I think you touched on some very relevant points there regarding the customers, regarding predictive maintenance, the vegetation, of course, and last but not least, really the speed of how we can implement there moving forward. So, Bilal, from a Microsoft perspective, what are your views on AI and AI into the grid?
Appreciate it, Gary, and thanks for those insights. I think the first thing that I'll say is that we all know that the future of energy is renewable, but the other thing that we know is that the future of energy is highly unpredictable. And with that unpredictability is what comes with the challenges that you were mentioning on the low voltage system. So when we think about how we need to operate differently in terms of ensuring that we maximize efficiency across operations, ensuring that we empower the workforce within the utility space to make the best decisions on a daily basis. We need to do things very differently because ultimately the tools of yesterday aren't going to build the energy system of the future. And one point that you mentioned really resonated with me around really focusing in on the problem, because there's no shortage of use cases as to where AI can be applied. It can be applied across every part of our business, from corporate, finance, HR, all the way back in corporate functions to field services, health and safety, engineering. There's no shortage of use case. But often it feels like we may be running around with a hammer looking for a nail to hit rather than focusing on the business problem, right? We have a substantial amount of challenges that we need to solve. We need to become much better at leveraging data and insights as to which problems we're going to focus in on, and assess as to whether there's changes in process and people and training needed. And AI may be a solution. It probably could be a very good solution, but focusing it on that problem based is a very necessary step in terms of how we approach where we're going to invest in AI to improve efficiency and optimizing the grid.
Okay, look, I think, it's what we have a great opportunity, particularly to leverage more AI into the distribution grid as we're moving forward, and really to accelerate all the things that you've discussed here today. I'd like to thank yourself, Nicola, Anel, Bilal of Microsoft, your partnership coming here and having a brief discussion today on AI and how we move forward, and we need to leverage more. So thank you very much. Enjoy. Please stay around the Schneider Electric booth if you want, and enjoy the conversations. And we really trust and believe in our partnerships together. So thank you.